From STEM to REM, towards the synthesis of micro and macrocosmic bodies of knowledge, by Valerie Lynn Stevens. Preface. Are the microcosmic and the macrocosmic truly mutually exclusive? Are the microcosmic and the macrocosmic realms as mutually exclusive and unrelated as they seem? Perhaps it is the inherent tendency of Homo sapien cognitive bias to adopt models of so-called reality to falsely or merely imprecise Boolean logarithms of this or that. Because here is one thing that even the most practiced and educated STEM enthusiasts have observed. The second law of thermodynamics has experimentally and consistently demonstrated the increasing tendency of nature as we know it to seek entropy, or non-readily observable and measurable organization, over simplicity and predictability. Now, mind you, this is a reference to quantum uncertainty and fluctuations in the so-called fermionic Higgs field, which some would assume bears no relation to the macroscopic or cosmic order of things. Nevertheless, I do not concur. It is far more sound and intuitive to presume an inherent irreducible complexity and interrelation of all living and active systems. On note, perhaps that is why for most of our days life seems stultifyingly boring and mundane, and perhaps this is because we cannot readily access happenings upon the so-called quantum scale, because this, ladies and gents, is a hotbed of activity. Yes, this is a definite limitation of human neuroanatomy and perceptivity. This is also perhaps why we can be so easily misled into all sorts of biases and in the worst case scenario psychoses, or in the even worst case scenario psychopathologies. That is to say, our species seems to be vulnerable to a conflagration of appearance reality with what's actually going on. Furthermore, perhaps what we humankind classify as questions and answers or models of morality are way more subtle and subatomic than we think, in both form and function. Moreover, this may indeed segue into more metaphysical and perhaps even mystical matters of free will, morality, and even a possible soteriological and eschatological realm. That is to say, perhaps our current choices within these current mind-body dueling inhabitancies are exerting a certain ordering upon the subatomic field. To be fair, this is not all mere conjecture. Indeed, some discoveries that most scientists back in the 18th century named laws are by today's standards no longer considered to be extant. Interestingly, a lot of discoveries that were thought laws in the infancy of postmodernist realms of what used to be referred to as natural philosophy are now appreciated as steps upon the ladder of human inquiry. Today, as of 2024, legitimate scientists refer to most current discoveries as theories rather than laws, although some discoveries called laws back in the time that they were recorded are still extant and referred to as laws. Indeed, if you hear a respectable scientist